Hi, I'm Mark Schwartz, and this is The Real Deal. Thanks for watching. Today we have an unbelievable show for you. First, we're going to have a create the wealth that you and your family deserve. We're talking about a video I put together in the fall of 2017 and how it rings true today. Nothing's changed and the market's zipping. Also, Adam Pascu, owner and broker of 73 Degrees Realty. Do what you can do to lower your energy costs too. It's amazing, informative, and you gotta watch. And finally, we're gonna end with another video I did at the end of last summer about encouraging you to buy real estate. Now, rates are still low. It's amazing how the information that I gave you back then is still holding true. Get into the market. We can make it happen for you. Take a moment now and watch this video I put together last year on creating the wealth that you and your family deserve. Take a look. Wow, it's been a tremendous week in the world, and I'd like to just share a few of my thoughts as usual at the beginning. First of all, I don't care personally about Russia. I'm so tired of looking at the news at this point. It is such a turnoff. It's almost like nobody's paying attention. I'm done talking about that because I know everybody's sick and tired of it. And I'd like to get back to the things that really make sense, like golfing in San Diego, man. As long as the courses are open, we're good. And real estate's selling, and the market is booming, and the economy is booming. And it seems like right now, the things that we care about, like building and creating wealth, and some of the things that we're going to talk about as far as using real estate to your advantage in creating that wealth that you and your family deserve. And I think the title of this show is whether you got it or you don't, it's time to get more or get started. And really, it's just about starting to buy and invest in real estate, whether it's your primary residence or it's an investment property for your portfolio. No other investment appreciates over the years. No other investment do you buy down the loan. Do you have a tenant paying off that mortgage? Are you capitalizing on the interest deduction you get on your primary residence? I mean, it's free money. And so it's just absolutely ridiculous when the government is giving loans at 3.75% interest rate long term, how cheap that money is to not take advantage of that situation. You may think that you're not ready. You may think that you don't have the ability to get it done, but I'm here to tell you that you can. And there is a way, if you have the will, to get involved in the real estate market. There are many creative ways of getting it done. Contact me, either text me or Facebook me. My phone number is 858, as you know, 414-4602. My email has never changed. It's mark@4homes.com. Man, we're working hard for you, as you know. So we're going to slide right into creating wealth. You know, what does that mean? That actually means, hey, I'm going to put money away every month from my salary, and I'm going to save over the course of this year and next year and next year, and I'm going to compile, and I'm going to have this compound interest over the course of time, and at the end of when I go to look at it, it's going to be worth X number of bucks. Now, you could put it in stock and hope the stock market goes up. Stock market goes up and down. Right now is flourishing, but stocks do have value of the company, and if the company goes down in value, has an issue, goes out of business, you lose all your money. Now, I've never seen a house go for zero, and that's the issue. So you get into a house, you can't afford the payment, you throw a tenant in there to take care of it. You gotta be very careful what you're buying and when you're buying. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what's happening in San Diego. Certainly the country's doing well, and in all areas, specifically in North County coastal San Diego, I mean, it's like the Wild West. These guys are calling their own shots. I mean, the agents that are working with me that have offers on properties, I'm advising them to ask their client if they want to buy the house, because if they want to buy the house, they need to step up and buy the house. There's no negotiating on price. There's no hey, the past sales over the last 90 days are X. That's why the value of this home is Y or Z. It's more like, hey man, if I want to buy this house, I'm going to step up and do what it takes to get it done. They have competition. They have a multiple offer situation. They have the ability to close the gap on time frames, ask for more money, look for cash, look for no contingencies. It slides in the seller's favor right now. And as a realtor, you need to be out there representing your client. And what does that mean? You need to ask your client, hey, do you want to buy this house? Because if you want to buy this house, this is what we need to do to get it done. That's how you have to handle this market. Now, certainly with the rates as low as they are, there are still some great investment opportunities. Definitely contact me if you're looking to invest in real estate and add it to your portfolio. Buy 4 or 5 homes, $500,000, $550,000. Let them appreciate over the next 15 or 20 years. Let the tenants buy those loans down. You're going to end up having $3 or $4 million in appreciated properties with no loans and income coming in from 4 or 5 homes at the end of that 15 or 20 years. Man, that is huge for your family, for your kids, for your education, college education, starting a business, buying more homes. Leverage. Leverage means as the property appreciates and I don't owe as much as the value is, I can use that equity position in my favor to buy more homes, to buy more property. I'm going to leverage my asset. I'm going to take that appreciation and use it to my advantage. Get in touch with me. I want to talk to you a little bit more about it. That's text me, Facebook me. You know how to get a hold of me. My email address has never changed. I want to just thank everybody as well. And I know I'm talking fast, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm getting referrals in daily. We have people that are calling and saying, look, man, I'm not getting representation, from my agent, and I need someone in my corner. Can you help? Of course we can. And I'm on it daily. I got agents that are working with me, and we are ready to fight that battle, get in and make that deal happen for you, punch it into the end zone. Let's get those referrals coming. I can help them with their closing costs. I can donate money to your favorite charity, give and help with a form of a finder's fee or a gift card as well. Keep it coming. All you need to do is get a hold of me for that referral, and I'll reach back out. Just send me their name, their email address, or their phone number. You know how to get a hold of me. It's Mark Schwartz, Mark Schwartz Realty. That's Mark at mark4homes.com, the number 4. And give me a call or text, man. I'm here for you. In closing, looking forward to seeing you next Thursday because we got a huge weekend with open house and a lot of activity going on with the team. We got a lot to look forward to. Still enjoying the rest of the summer. We'll see you next week. Thanks. I just want to remind you, I'm Mark Schwartz, and this is The Real Deal. I want to be your realtor for life. Get a hold of me today. Text me, Facebook, email, or call. I'm ready for it, and I want to help you get the job done. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and talk about 3 of our new listings in the office. We have 11530 Alcade, huge backyard, twin home, over 1,600 square feet, on a great street with a view of the canyon. We also have San Rafael, a great gated community in Carmel Valley. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home at $999,000, a steal. Finally, we have some land in San Marcos, 11 acres, build 3 estate homes, sell them, keep them, move your family in. It's a steal at $399,000. When we come back, we're going to go right in and talk with Adam Pascu from 73 Degree Realty about green real estate and how to make your home more efficient or look out for that green home.
Hi, this is Adam Pascu, owner and broker of 73 Degrees Realty, specializing in helping people buy and sell green homes. You can find me online at 73degrees.com, or you can search for green homes at greenhomessandiego.com.
As always, I want to remind you that this is The Real Deal with Mark Schwartz, and I want to be your realtor for life. I want to help you start creating that wealth that you and your family deserve. Let's go meet with Adam Pascu now and learn about green real estate. I'm sitting here with Adam Pascu, the owner and broker of 73 Degree Realty, a good friend and a green real estate specialist. He's here today to tell us all about green real estate and the benefits for you and for our globe, I imagine, right?
Exactly.
Like what is or what makes a green home, Adam?
Well, that's a good starting point, Mark. A green home focuses on the practices of sustainability, health, and efficient use of energy, water, and materials. Okay, so that's a pretty big mouthful right there.
Totally. Sustainability meaning what? Keeping the house together?
Well, it gets broken down into a lot of things, but sustainable material. I'll give you a good example, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because I don't know anything about it.
Let's look at flooring. Let's compare a regular wood floor to a bamboo floor. Okay, how long does a tree take to grow?
I don't know.
1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or is it more
20.
like 20 to 100,
Sure.
right, before we cut a tree down?
Seems like it would be over 25 years.
So if we cut down all the trees to build everything out of wood, that would not be sustainable because pretty soon we would be out of trees.
Understood.
Okay? However, bamboo flooring, okay, bamboo is considered a highly renewable resource because it grows extremely fast.
How
it grows
fast?
20 feet in a year.
Wow.
You ever had bamboo in your yard?
Yes.
You ever notice
I've
that it
seen
grows
it
really
all
fast?
over. And how many times have we sold a house? Like you walk outside and there's freaking bamboo everywhere in the backyard.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt in the yards here.
It's
but,
hectic. There's a market for it.
But because it grows so fast,
Yeah.
it's a renewable resource.
That makes sense.
So you can cut it down every year, plant it again, and now you've got 20 feet full of bamboo to make floors out of.
When I hear green,
So
yeah.
using that material is more sustainable from a global perspective than cutting down all the trees in the forest.
Dude, unbelievable. So like when I hear green real estate, like I'm thinking of like solar, right? I'm thinking of, how to, make the home more efficient. Didn't even think about, starting from scratch in the building of the home. What else happens with, trying to make it more energy efficient?
Yeah, that's exactly what I figured was a good transition. For energy efficiency is one of the big things that most people think about, okay? Things such as the appliances,
Yeah.
right? So you can have, do you have an HE on your washing machine?
Which means what?
It means high efficiency. Okay, so you can buy, all the appliances are going to have various ratings of how efficient they are.
Right.
You can also look for the Energy Star label.
Hang on a sec. So in real estate, like I'm gonna just back up for a sec because you're a green, specialist for real estate at this point. So I'm a buyer. Is this something that I'm looking for, a home that meets these standards, or is this like I don't want to jump in, bro? Like I know you're still in the middle of it, but like I'm getting excited about it. Sounds good. Is this like a market? Like, hey man, I'm looking for a green home. Is that what it's called? Like or is this something that you can convert the home to be?
Okay, so when people come to me right now and they say, "Hey Adam, I want to find a green home," unfortunately, I kind of have to let them down a little bit by saying, "Hey, look, there's a few green homes on the market, but finding a green home that is the right size in the right neighborhood with the right layout and green, very unlikely, especially at this time period. The people that have been doing and making highly green homes in the last 5 to 10 years are probably still living in them.
Sure.
Because they put time and effort into
them.
them.
For sure, they want them that way, right.
So there's not as much inventory at all. You know that as a broker too. And then so to find a fully green home, it's hard to do. So what's much more likely is that you can find a home that has certain green elements, like some, these Energy Star rated appliances, they're common now, right? But it's more likely that you're going to have to do some of those retrofits yourself. Okay. Now, some things, for example, with regards to energy efficiency, would be sealing the envelope. You've probably never heard this term, but green contractors and people in the business know it. The idea is that the house has an exterior envelope, and it's got holes, it's porous, and if you seal it better, you can keep it more efficient because you can control it. Okay, so
heat and cooling, etc.
Yeah. Now, I live in an old home built in the 50s. They didn't have insulation.
No.
They didn't have dual pane windows. They
didn't have plaster walls.
They have plaster walls. Yeah. So there's things you can do to retrofit older homes to make them more energy efficient. With regards to the windows, obviously we got dual pane windows these days, but you've also got something called low E.
Right.
And that's the amount of light that gets in.
I don't want to jump ahead because we did speak about something that's going on, an event that's taking place, the website that you have, and some of the things that are happening. It sounded really insane. So like, what I'm hearing is there may not be a green home yet that has been, relisted or is on the market with a turnover. There are homes that have semi-qualifications that you can go and convert. Being a green real estate specialist as you are and taking on that endeavor, is that you are selling homes to convert them to, or helping people that want to have green homes get into situations that they can convert easily?
It's more the latter. I have had some listings myself that are very much green homes. Because of my website, I get a few contacts like that from people just wanting to list a green home, and obviously that's what I specialize in. But just like you, I work with anyone. I work with my friends. So there's levels of green. There's shades of green. You can find a home that maybe it has some bamboo floors and maybe they used natural wall plasters instead of high VOC paints. But, so there's a mix now. You're starting to get a little bit more each step as you go along.
I think you're on the ground floor of something that's going to be big. I mean, I've heard about it for years and things that, were going on and slowly steps that were taking place. I mean, to kind of get a handle on it, which I know you're going to explain to us. Seems like it's something you're enthusiastic about. I mean, the niche that I'm in, the market that I'm in, obviously I work with my referrals, the people that we're in, that we've worked with in the past, our clients, etc. but certainly I have a niche that I like to get into and specialize in. It's something that I enjoy and I'm enthusiastic about, and then hopefully that takes off.
So there's some other things you can do that are really interesting with a new home. Okay, so if you build and design a home from the ground up, you can do some really cool
Certainly.
things.
You can
So
build it from scratch.
you can actually build it using alternative materials as well. You ever heard of a straw bale home?
I've heard something about that, and it was really like in the late 90s. And it was like so cutting edge back then. Like a guy was doing it, and everyone was like, "What? That makes no sense."
So basically, what it is it's using these straw bales, just like you would see in a
feeding horses.
Exactly, feeding horses. So just imagine using them as like Lego blocks,
Certainly,
and stacking
like Adobe.
them. Yep, and then you build the wall around it. Now there is one in Solana Beach that we had on our Green Homes tour last year. It's one of the ones furthest to the coast, because the biggest issue with straw bale, especially in San Diego or urban areas, think about the walls.
You talk about build a drywall, enclose it by.
So you enclose it.
Right. Okay.
Exactly, but those bales
using as insulation
are almost 2 feet wide.
Right. Certainly.
Okay. So you end up having to build the actual structure of the house
around it
bigger.
And
so when you're in a
purpose for
highly
using
dense area, it's a little bit harder. So the purpose of using it in green homes is that it's highly insulatory. Okay, you may not think of it, but it is extremely insulatory. It's actually fireproof.
Wow.
May not have thought about that, because straw bale, you're thinking, well, that's just going to get on
Seems like
fire
it
and
would
burn.
Burn in a second.
But because it's packed and it's dense and it's packed in there,
so tight, yeah.
it's very fire resistant. So some people do it in the outskirts for the fire rebuilds.
I love it.
It's also
farmland, etc.
mold, mildew, and
Termite proof.
animal resistant.
What about termites?
And there's no wood. So
Yeah,
what are the termites going to
Yeah,
eat?
that's ridiculous. Let me ask you a quick question. If there's a house that's fully green, how efficient is it compared to, like, if your cost was X for your power and your services that were out there? Like, really, over the course of that year, because sometimes they say, you get a hybrid, and it's like you're going to spend X number of bucks and you save this much money on gas, but the cars, cost X number. Like, where's the break, right?
So, just as an example, I live in the Claremont Bayho area, right? Lots of 50s homes, none of them with insulation, okay? If you were to take that home as it was originally built and compare it to a brand new home today that passes Title 24 inspections, because brand new homes now have very high levels of efficiency.
Yeah, they need to, right?
You could be looking at a 3 times difference in efficiency and cost. So whereas your bill might be $150 a month as a new home, that same home built in the 50s of same size could be $350 to $400.
That's amazing. So that's the difference. Just want to remind you, this is The Real Deal with Mark Schwartz, and I'm here with Adam Pascu, owner and broker of 73 Degrees Realty and a green real estate specialist. We're not sponsored by Gatorade, but I'm going to take a sip right now. And Adam, let me just ask you one last thing before we wrap it up. Like, you mentioned health reasons. There's health reasons. Like, you see the flu going around. There's all kinds of bacteria. You mentioned there's no termites. You can't. Those things seem like a benefit. What are the
so energy efficiency is the thing most people think about when they think of green homes. But there's also water efficiency. There's having healthy air and healthy water, for that matter. Okay, so you can make sure that you filter your water and that you have well-filtered air, because if you don't, you could be living in a very unhealthy home even though it's energy efficient.
Well,
in fact, I remember a story of some new homes in the Bay Area that were built 5 or 10 years ago. They were really energy efficient, but they had used improper materials and they were off-gassing into this well-sealed home. So they were creating very unhealthy spaces, kind of like the whole Chinese drywall scare we had. And a lot of people say things like, well, hey, I can't spend all this money. Right? There's definitely a lot of places to start, and there's a lot of ways that going green is actually cost effective. So one of the first places I start with people is the low-lying fruit. You change your LED lights. You do these little things that over time start building up. And then when you have a broken appliance or you need to refinish something,
make the changes that you need to.
And do it there.
I love it. So, in the event that you have any interest in converting your house into a green home, looking for a greenhouse or real estate in general, Adam Pascu, real estate broker and green home specialist, is the guy you want to get a hold of. We're going to provide all the information for him. I appreciate it. It seems like you can take the guys through the steps and get to that point. And it's safe to say that, keep your house longer, be healthier, be energy efficient, save the planet, keep the trees, bro. Like, how can you go wrong? Thanks, Adam.
Thank
you. It's
been
a pleasure. This is The Real Deal. Go green. Wow, that was great information from Adam Paskew, owner and broker of 73 Degrees Real Estate. I'm going to take a moment to talk about 3 sales that we had recently in our office. The first one in Pacific Beach, just blocks from the ocean. A 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath townhouse with 2 one-bedroom units behind it. Great income property, never have a vacancy. Also, on Cherokee in Normal Heights, we had a 3-unit building. It was also a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with 2 one-bedroom, 1-bath units in back. These are great income properties, and if you have any interest in converting your cash into income-producing property, get a hold of me now. Finally, a condominium in Carmel Valley, 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Del Mar Villas. We're talking about the least expensive community in Carmel Valley, still went for $450,000. I want to take a moment now and flash back to August 2017, when I was encouraging you guys to buy real estate and the market was taking off. And boy, has it. But things haven't changed. Rates are still low and the market's still optimum for selling and buying. And here's why. Take a look at this. And thanks for tuning in. This is because I care about you and your family's wealth, the leverage that you can create, and the strength that you can provide for you and your family. I just want to go over a couple of things with you today. You got to get in and own a home if you don't already. We're going to talk about the difference between owning and renting a home, all the benefits of owning a home that you don't get from renting a home. Man, and the time to buy is now. Why? Because you are ready, and I know it. Rates are low, and the inventory is starting to increase. We'll talk a little later. It's up 5% over the last 30 days. There are more homes to choose from on the market, and it seems like sales are exactly where they were the last 30 days. Opportunities are presenting themselves. Buy an investment home if you already own a home, and let's start creating that portfolio of property that's going to go ahead and create that wealth that we always discuss. Get a hold of me. My contact information is right here. I want to help you. Let's go ahead and talk about owning over renting. If you buy a home, yes, you have an initial investment, but with government loans, you can go as low as 3.5% on owner-occupied. On a primary residence, you're buying down your loan instead of your landlord's loan. On a primary residence, you're capturing that interest deduction that the government offers you, free money, rather than a landlord taking that advantage on his tax deductions. And then finally, you are going to go ahead and get that appreciation of the home rather than your landlord getting the appreciation of the home. So it's a 3-banger. It's basically appreciation, interest deduction, and you're buying down that loan. You're creating leverage for yourself without even knowing it. Sometimes the best investment is your primary residence. I'm telling you, if you don't own a home, now is the time to buy. Get a hold of me. I want to make it happen. We're talking about market conditions. We always talk about competition. Last week, we discussed that the competition is really the real estate agent that you have representing you with all the other agents that are in the field. Their knowledge of the area, their knowledge of the business. How many times have they sold homes, navigated through these minefields that are in front of you? Can they make you aware or at least prepare you for what you're going to be facing over the course of the next 30 to 45 days? Those are the questions you need to ask. Contact me, Mark Schwartz, the number or email below. You can always text me. I'm here for you. I want to get a hold of you and help you get it done. Secondly, interest rates are still low. They keep talking about raising rates, and the Fed has raised rates 3 times over the last 6 months. But the mortgage rates have stayed low. Got to get in before they go up. With the interest rates staying low, stock market's increasing at record paces right now. Every day is a new record for the stock market. What's going to happen next? Interest rates are going to rise. They know the economy is strong, and now the time is to tap the public for more money, and that's how they do it. Real estate opportunities are still prevalent. Get out there and buy yourself a home. Invest. Get a rental home. If you have a baby, buy a rental home. By the time that kid graduates from high school, you're going to go ahead and have a home that's paid off or nearly paid off, income coming in every month, and a huge appreciated asset giving you the leverage. They could buy a home, pay for college, they could start a business. So many things that they can do. It's absolutely ridiculous. So again, I want to reiterate, do not stop yourself from buying a home because you think you can't. There are opportunities out there. There are creative ways of getting it done. I suggest you do it now. You know, we talk about buying and selling a home in this market. If you're a buyer, there are a few things that you want to make sure that you do. Pre-approve. Ryan, Darren, the guys from Pure Mortgage, they can get you what you need. They want to get your information in. You're going to go over your budget and figure out what's a comfortable payment for you, what you can afford, what might be a stretch. And then we're going to go ahead and find that location for you, where you need to be, where you want to be. And then we're going to figure out that price range and get you into a home. I just need to know what a must-have and what you can do without. Hey, I need a laundry room, a garage is okay, I need a view, those types of things. And then we can pre-approve you. We got your price range, the location, and what you must have, and then we're going to go out and we're going to get it done. If it's not in the multiple listing service, I'm going to knock on doors, I'm going to call people up, we're going to find you that house, man. There are so many ways of getting in touch with people that are selling homes, have tried to sell homes, and we're all over it for you. On the flip side, it's a great time to sell homes because inventory is still ridiculously low, even though it's up 5%. Sales are still prevalent. I mean, things are selling. There's probably 2 to 2.5 months of inventory, which means we're in a smoking market right now. You can still get that high price that people have been receiving on their homes too and capitalize on the market. Give me a call. I want to show you how to get you the most money possible in the least amount of time. Call, text, email me. I want to take you to the promised land. You know, it's interesting how people have different needs and wants. Just really quick, we talk about like the baby boomers and what they needed in their homes, you know, bedroom downstairs, a granny flat, you know, the things that they were looking for in the future. Maybe no stairs because, you know, hey, we're okay now, but in 10 years we need that one level house. Don't know how our knees are going to be, right? Well, when you look at a millennial, and millennials are now coming into the market in huge numbers. And interestingly enough, the millennials were not buying. They had been scared, had, you know, seen or experienced situations with their parents or their friends where they had lost their homes, where the appreciation had actually depreciated and the value was well below the value of the home. And all of a sudden they were, you know, their hands were tied. There was nothing they could do. People lose homes. You got to try and reorganize. You know, there's so many things that happen. But what's taken place by them not being in the market is that the rents have increased dramatically and they're tired of it, right? Rents go up year after year and these guys are not in the market. Now they're in the market in groves and it's interesting to find out what they're looking for. Really what's important to a millennial is being close to friends, being close to family, being able to walk to places and have an easy commute. You know, those were things that we didn't think about initially, but that's a strong point right now. And so if you're entering the market and that's important to you, I want to show you the areas that you can get that done. Give me a call, contact me. I want to work with you and get you through the process. We're going to pre-approve you and we're going to find you that home that you want. Finally, I want to let you know that we appreciate all the referrals that are coming. Keep them coming. I just closed a deal on a great family referral, people that I've worked with in the past. It was such an amazing experience. Sold the home very quickly for way more money than we would have expected. But it's just a testament to how strong the seller's market is. And it's all about location. Obviously, this was oceanfront. We always say location, location, location. Let's keep it rolling, man. Can't wait to talk to you next week. Let's make some money. Thanks again for watching The Real Deal with Mark Schwartz. Watching those videos from the past just goes to show you that I got a pulse on the market. I know exactly what's happening, man. I want to be there for you. You need the experience that I have to help you punch it in the end zone, man. We have a team in place structured for your success. Go with where experience counts. To get a full-time realtor, call me, Mark Schwartz. I want to be your realtor for life. This is The Real Deal. Thanks for watching and see you next week.